Today we celebrate the lives of Saint Zelie and Louis Martin. You know who they were? Well, they were a French Catholic couple and the parents of 5 nuns, one of them being Saint Teresa of Lisieux, a Carmelite. I'm sure you know who she is. Louis, who also had 3 other names, Joseph, Aloysius, and Stanislaus, was the third of 5 children. All his siblings died before he reached 30. He wanted to become a monk, wanted to join the Augustinians, but he was rejected. Why? Because he did not succeed in learning Latin. Now how about Zelie Marie, his wife? She was the second daughter of her parents. She had an older sister who became a nun, and a younger brother who was a pharmacist. She wanted to become a nun, but was turned away due to the respiratory difficulties and recurrent headaches. She then prayed for God to give her many children, and they would be consecrated to God. So what happened then? She decided to become a lace maker, making this Alençon lace. She fell in love with the watchmaker Louis Martin, and they got married 3 months later at the Basilica of Notre Dame in Alençon. Zelie's business became so successful that Louis sold his watchmaking business to go into partnership with her. For the first 10 months of their marriage, they lived celibately. They decided to consummate their marriage after the priest told them, look, you need to have kids. They ended up having 9 children, though only 5 daughters were to survive childhood. So they had a wonderful life. They lived in holiness until Zelie died of breast cancer in 1877 at the age of 45, leaving her husband and daughters. And in 1889, 12 years later, Louis suffered 2 strokes and was hospitalized for 3 years. He returned to Lisieux, where 2 of his daughters looked after him until his death in 1894. They were declared venerable by our good friend Pope John Paul II. Saint John Paul II were beatified in 2008, and finally came their canonization when in 2015 Cardinal Amato announced that Louis and Zelie would be declared saints during the Synod of Bishops. And so on 18th of October 2015, Louis and Zelie Marie Martin were canonized as saints by Pope Francis. How's that, huh? So there you go. The whole family full of saints, nuns, and what have you. Let's give thanks to God for such a wonderful family who is so dedicated and so desirable of seeing God face to face, that the whole family eventually got caught up in the same desire. It's called sainthood. Amen.